can't believe this. I can't believe this. Can you guys believe this? Whoa. What are you talking about? Can't believe. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Did you not read this? It says, according to Sean Ross Sapp, that Corporate Mike got released by WWE due to budget cuts. The one guy that they depended on to give his input, because he's a fan himself, on what the fans would like to see, they cut him. And from what I understand, according to various other sources, they brought him in, acted like they wanted him to pick a winner, and all it was a setup. Man, talk about a disappointing way to start the new year. But you know what? I don't think Corporate Mike's going to be out for long, because I hear some more rumors going around. You know what those rumors are? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? You mean the rumors that when somebody gets released by WWE, by corporate if you will, that they're eventually going to be all elite? Yeah, I've heard those rumors. And yeah, you're right. Corporate Mike? That is shocking and disappointing to start off the new year for, too. I mean, the guy had a lot of knowledge for WWE to, basically work off of. He knew exactly what the fans wanted. But like you said, it is disappointing that, he got released. And it's also scummy that they did it the way they did, setting him up. But, you know what? Tony Khan, he's going to take advantage of that. He's going to take advantage. He's going to see that Corporate Mac got released. He's going to sign him to a contract and make him all elite. Guarantee you the next report that Sean Ross Sapp puts out, it's going to say Corporate Mike is all elite. But that may not be a good thing, though. What do you mean not a good thing? Are you alluding to something going on that, the corporates of WWE don't want us to know? I mean, I think it's great that Corporate Mike's going to be all elite. He's going to work for a guy that, yes, he is, sometimes quick to respond social media-wise, and it does kind of get him in trouble. I mean, we all saw and heard about this whole Big Swole situation, and then even before that, the Fox News stuff and everything. But, to me, Mike's going to is going to be all right. Tony Khan's going to treat him with respect, but are you alluding to, WWE doing this release on Mike and even the previous 80-plus releases last year on purpose? It's not what I think you're alluding to, is it? It's what I'm alluding to. It's exactly what I'm alluding to. Don't you get it? WWE has been on top forever. No matter who has come against them, no matter who's tried to put them down, no matter who's tried to become, competition to them straight up, they've always remained on top. And it's because corporate always has a plan. You see, corporate knows. They know that Tony Khan, deep down, to them, he's just a wrestling fan. I mean, like you said, his erratic behavior sometimes when it comes to trying to put people on blast on social media, like recently with Big Swole and even before that Fox News, is a prime example of the wrestling fan coming out and not the business CEO person. Because if he was thinking like a businessman CEO, he wouldn't be irrational. He wouldn't be that way. He would think first before he said anything. Which is why, to me, I believe Corporate Mike, like you said, he might be all good and everything. He's going to have a great salary. He's going to have a great life, being all elite. But the thing is, it's all part of their plan. I mean, look at the fact that, like you said, 80-plus athletes, superstars, men and women, staff and everything, released over the past year due to budget cuts? No. We know what it is. We know that those budget cuts are actually just an excuse for them to pay out more money to the workers working on their new headquarters. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. But the thing is, what I fear it is, what it could be, is exactly what it is. And I've heard rumors stronger than ever, especially at the recent New Year's Eve party. I heard rumors running about that the plan that corporate has in mind is well on its way. It's well on its way. I mean, think about some of the think about Big Swole, like we just mentioned. She left AEW, mutually agreed, but then Tony Khan says something opposite to what he said earlier in the year about Big Swole. All because because she wanted to speak her mind. And then look how he reacted towards, Fox News and everything, right? WWE, the corporate side of them, they know what they're doing. They are setting up AEW to fail. They're setting them up because they know Tony Khan is a wrestling fan first and a businessman second. And as a wrestling fan that wants to have his dream promotion, he will sign anybody to a contract just so he could say, hey, I got a great wrestling promotion and a fellow wrestling fan, I'm giving you all what you want. Not realizing that he's not realizing that not only is he overcrowding his own roster, but he's falling right into the hands of WWE. He's falling right into the trap. And that trap is already on its way. I mean, think about it. Big Swole leaves. You have Melissa Santos saying her husband, Brian Cage, isn't getting enough time when he should have been getting time. I mean, he's one of the biggest signings they had. And now she feels he should leave and go elsewhere? I mean, Tony Khan, he's playing right into their hands, man. And Corporate Mike, hey, I'm going to be glad that he potentially goes all elite. But it's all part of their plan. Their plan to get AEW to fail. And right now, my friend, they have all the tools necessary to make that happen physically. No, not physically, I should say, but mentally, strategy-wise. They have it all set up. And to them, Tony Khan going out and putting someone like Big Swole on blast, Fox News on blast, signing Bryan Danielson, formerly Daniel Bryan, to a contract, a CM Punk, who else? A Paul White to commentaries, semi, wrestling duties, stuff like that. They know what they're doing. They know the more overcrowded it becomes, the more talent is going to feel unutilized and are going to want to leave themselves. They know it. They know that's what's going to happen. And to them, Tony Khan has played right into their hands. And right now, as we speak, in their minds, and they're totally wrong on this. In their minds, he's already put, I should say, the first nail in the coffin of AEW. Just by the way he reacts, and just by the fact that he's signing all these talents to contracts, 2, 3 years, whatever, 4 years, and he's basically making all the other people he's signed feel, not needed, feel useless and all that, which is why some of them want to leave as soon as their contracts expire or want to get out right now. He's playing right into their hands, man. Right into their hands, huh? Well, you know what? I was at the New Year's Eve party too, right? I heard the same thing. That they feel that the plan is inevitably going to succeed. Because, like you said, they feel Tony Khan right now is playing right into their hands. He's fallen right into their trap. But that's the one thing they forget about. History has a tendency to repeat itself. And what they are becoming is exactly what they beat 20 years ago. Okay? They are becoming exactly that. They are becoming the modern day version of WCW. AEW is actually becoming the modern day version of what WWE was back in the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era. WWE though, they're becoming WCW of the 90s. Of the mid 90s and to early 2000s. That's what they're becoming. Actually, correction. Late 90s, early 2000s. That's what's going on. And they just don't see it. They think their plan is going to succeed. That's where they're wrong. Yeah, AEW may have to let some people go to get a balanced roster and everything. That's fine. That's not a problem. But they know balanced or not, people prefer them over other companies right now because at least Tony Khan, whether he's irrational or not, doesn't think sometimes when he does things. They know Tony Khan as a fellow deep down is exactly what sometimes he lets come forward in the first place. He is a wrestling fan first and foremost instead of sometimes a businessman. And sometimes that is a detriment, but sometimes that's also a plus. Because as a wrestling fan, he understands what fans want. He understands, what gets them, what brings them in. I mean, the fact that he's giving us for free on the debut episode of Dynamite on TBS, Danielson Page 2 for the AEW World title. You know, with this potentially being where Danielson finally puts over Hangman Page, if that doesn't tell you he understands what the fans want, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. You know, and for all these people that may be against Tony Khan, look, they have a right to say, you know, come out and say that he's this way and that way, because sometimes he doesn't, you know, present himself in the best of lights. But at least he knows how to do things the right way. He's doing it the old school way with a modern twist. So if the WWE, if corporate thinks their plans is to, you know, trap Tony Khan and cause him to put, as you put it, put the first nail in the coffin of AEW is going to succeed, they are wrong. And this is coming from somebody that just like Mike worked, just like Mike did at one point, worked for these people. Worked for this corporate people. Worked for these backstabbing SOBs. But like I said, Mike's going to do fine. Hold on. I just got a notification here. There we go. Exactly what I want to see. See there? See that? Yeah. Right there. It says Corporate Mike has officially signed with AEW. Corporate Mike is all elite. I love it. I love it, my friends. I told you things were going to turn out well. I told you things were going to turn out well. And I'll tell you this right now. His addition's not going to be a big deal. Because he's going to help behind the scenes. He's going to give more of an understanding of what fans want because he's a fan himself. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. This corporate of WWE, they think they're going to succeed. They wrong. They are wrong. Because the more they let go, the more that will go become all elite. And even though it may take time correctly and justifiably, you know, for them to be top stars there, champions maybe, the more it's going to benefit that company in the long run, and it's going to be a detriment to this one. Corporate, they think their plan's succeeding. They think they've trapped Tony Khan. They're wrong. And I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope you are indeed right that they are wrong about this. Because you know what? You know, this wrestling business needs alternatives besides WWE. They need alternatives. And right now, WWE actually needs AEW to succeed, to make them succeed. This company needs All Elite Wrestling to exist for it to get back to where it was, so that there is a balancing out. So that you do have true options instead of just one or two over probably the most prominent one, as they said. But you know what? I don't put anything past them. I don't put anything past this corporate people. They always know, they always seem to have a plan, you know, ready in the background just in case one fails. But you know what? I think 2022 is going to be a wake-up call for them when they realize their plans to put AEW to rest earlier than it need be is going to backfire on them. Come on. Treat you to a Java.